All right. Think we should be good. Yo, yo. Okay. All right. I think I should be good. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. All right, this is the brother Yeshaya, part of Mineral, South Carolina, and this lesson right here is going to be sort of a lamb back off of Elder Yashawamba. He had a lesson going into, we're not gonna be able to, we're not gonna escape Babylon the Great, aka America, in boats. All right. So you got some Israelites that's saying, okay, the way out of Babylon the Great is by boat, um, by sea, by air travel, by planes, by whatever nonsense that they're saying. But that's not the case. All right. We're gonna be beamed up into the Lord's spaceships, man. Okay. The UFOs, um, whatever you want to call them, okay? Because hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he has a spectacular salvation for his people, all right? And salvation doesn't even come until the elect are in those chariots, all right? It's not a hard concept to grasp at all. But without further ado, I'm gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna start with the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and 19, which is the title of the lesson. All right. Isaiah 29 and 19. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. So the indignation is the righteous anger of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Now, you may ask, what is that indignation, man? All right, that indignation is the thermonuclear missiles. Okay, that second death that's gonna befall various parts of the earth and the whole entirety of Babylon, the Great. And the only way out of that, destruction is by, chariot. Okay, the Lord he has a fathership, like the elder apostle likes to state, which I agree with as well through the Spirit, that the elect are going to be all on the same ship, because the scriptures talk about when the elect are beamed up, they're going to meet Yahweh Shai, and they're going to be as he is, aka getting those new bodies. All right, you should be changed in the twinkling of an eye, having your terrestrial body being changed to a celestial body. Okay, so Isaiah 29 and 19, once again, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut their doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be past. So, hey, we're trying to get yeah, we're trying to get into those chariots, man. All right, we're trying to get into that safe haven, okay, from this thermonuclear missile fire. All right, a bunker is not gonna help you. A a ship going back to the mainland, the homeland, is not going to help you, because look, and like the Eliyasu Woman brought out, man, hey, the seas are going to be roaring. All right, you're going to have tsunamis. You're going to have all types of things that's going to happen. So one might ask, all right, so if all of this is going to happen because the scriptures say, hurt not the sea, nor the, let me get that, because actually I'm going to finish this off, all right, before I go to another point. Back in Isaiah 26, all right, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. So, hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has a spectacular judgment, a spectacular, uh, you know, judgment that's coming, man. All right, and you don't want to be a part of it. You want to be a part of the ones that get saved, that exit out of it and be in the good graces of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and on the first time around. You don't want to be, one of these 2/3 where you have to come back through the loins of the elect, and then you be shamefaced in the kingdom for however amount of time the Lord has allotted. Okay, that's not a life. You want to be you want to be a part of the elect. Plainly put. All right, but you can't make yourself a part of the elect. All right, you have to. It has to be ordained from the foundations of the earth. All right, you have to be written in the book of life. Okay, so let's get uh the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 12. All right. So I'm gonna start at 10. All right, Revelation 11:10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So that time period of 3.5 days, 350 years, is equivalent to the roughly the time period of 1619 to 69. Okay, when the truth started to flourish, and the elder Abba Bivens, he was doing his thing before that, or doing the Lord's thing before that, but it didn't really start to grasp Jake and start to really get accepted by Jake until around that time. So this is prophetic. Okay, verse 12. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither." And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Now, that cloud is talking about a chariot. Now, when you go into the verbiage or the description of a cloud, okay, I believe Ezekiel saw it. Clouds. Certain prophets saw it as a cloud. Okay. Even when you go into the book of Acts, the first chapter, it talks about that he ascended into a cloud, and I'll go get it really fast, because the same manner that Yahushua left, he is gonna come back. So this is the book of Acts, chapter 1. And when he spoke, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Now that's not talking about a nimbus or a stratus, or what how what other clouds there are. Now that's talking about a chariot. Now before, or a so-called UFO. Now you got to understand that the prophets were going off of what the verbiage that they were used to. So they were describing it as a cloud, a chariot, a wheel inside of a wheel, and various other things. Okay, so when Jake gets simple and like, oh, we're gonna get beamed up in a cloud or this or that. No, it's talking about a chariot. It's talking about a vehicle of the Most High. And brothers always say, and I like to say too, if you if you're driving a car, if you have a car, your ass driving a damn Nissan Altima, with its technology, how the hell don't you think that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which gave the inspiration to these builders to make cars, all right? How much more of him he's gonna have a space, a spiritual vehicle, so to say, man. All right, and it's spiritual vehicle because I think it's in Ezekiel, the first chapter, when Ezekiel saw the chariot, and it said they moved to here and here. It basically was directed by the actual by the spirit of the Lord, first and foremost, but whatever angel was inhabiting that vehicle. All right. Acts 1 and 9 once again. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, the angels, which also said, "Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you in heaven, shall come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven." So when he got beamed up in that chariot, okay, that vehicle of the Lord, all right, that's the same way that he's going to come back. And that's the same way we're going to get delivered out of this place, out of Babylon the Great, okay, aka, America. All right, it's not going to be by, uh, you know, ship. It's not going to be by passport. It's not going to be by whatever, tunnel, whatever people say, the avenue of us getting up out of here is going to be. It's not going to be that way, man. And the scriptures overly explain how it's going to be a chariot and how our deliverance is going to be, all right, through, divine intervention, these chariots, all right. So let me see if and this one came to mind. And the scriptures say, "Look up before your redemption draweth nigh." All right. So what does that mean by look up, your redemption draweth nigh? All right. So, hey, like Elder Yashua was going into, if you're on a plane of water, or you're on water, you're going, wherever, but you're still, diagonal or whatever. All right. But to look up, to go up and get beamed up, that's another that's another way. Yep. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up. Then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So that means that our redemption or our salvation is going to come from what? Above. All right. Spiritually, okay, but physically as well. Okay. And if you don't believe in the chariots, then hey, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get beamed up by one. All right, like Elder Yashwamba said, if you don't believe in a car, then hey, I'm not gonna let you in the car, man. You're not about to get in a car to go somewhere. How much more these chariots, man? These vehicles of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You know. So moving on. I'm going back to the book of Revelation, and I'm gonna go to the 18th chapter. Mm-hmm. And roughly the fourth verse. Yeah, the fourth verse. Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues." Now, there is a scripture that talks about spiritually coming out of Egypt. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right, Micah 2:10 and whatnot. Okay, but there's gonna be a physical salvation that we're gonna that the elect are going to be a part of. All right, and that physical salvation is the Lord beaming them up out of the wherever they are in Babylon the Great, and also various parts of the planet. Okay, because the greatest salvation and the greatest deliverance is going to come from over here, Babylon the Great. But you got Israelites spread throughout all the four corners of the earth. So the Lord's going to deliver them as well from Uruguay or Cameroon or Asia, Thailand, Bangkok. I mean, yeah, I'm saying. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got Israelites in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Israelites are scattered throughout all the planet Earth. So that deliverance by these chairs are going to be so amazing. It's going to be so amazing, man. And it's going to be like the Wisdom of Solomon in the 5th chapter states, man. It's going to be basically outside of the realms of comprehension to people, because a lot of people don't believe in the chairs. A lot of people don't believe in spiritual things. But Salakia, that's Satan, Salakia. Hey, so if you don't believe in it, then 9 times out of 10 it's not for you. All right. So we just gonna keep moving on. All right. Yeah. Just wanted to grab that real fast. So let's go to the book of. Well, since I'm in Revelation, I go to the 15th chapter and verse 1. Revelation 15:1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous. 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. So when we get up out of here, Lord willing, it's gonna be between the end of the sixth plague, sixth trump, and the seventh trump. Now, the seventh trump symbolizes completion, symbolizes when Yahushua is going to be coming back and returning to the earth. And with that comes not only him shooting, with the laser beams from the chariot, destroying stuff, which, through the spirit of the Lord, I speak as a man. Hey, they are the heavenly vehicles, so they possess the same, and if not more, damage, or capability of damage than the actual nukes, because the nukes are man-made, but these chariots are made from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, so it's like they of course are gonna be either on the same level or above that, which is of those thermonuclear missiles. So with that concentrated fire coming out of those missiles, out of those chariots, coupled with the angels doing their thing. You're gonna have angels outside of the chariots. I speak as a man. All right, you're gonna have the elect. Once the destruction is over, all right, doing their thing. But I'm talking about the destruction now. Hey man, it's gonna be a wonderful sight, and a lot of brothers and sisters have been seeing, chariot, chariots, like actual chariots. I've seen a lot myself. I'm having dreams about the chariots, dreams about the thermonuclear missile, destruction, you know. So hey, this thing really is really gonna happen, but only the faithful and only the only the elect are gonna believe it, man. We don't know if we're of the elect, but a lot of y'all basically are showing us that we are, us like-minded brothers and sisters, but I us like-minded brothers that are, out here doing teaching and prophesying and actually getting our hands dirty, our hands to the plow. Y'all showing us that we might it's a good chance that we might be of that number, man. All right. Verse 1 once again, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. For I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. So this is a vision that the Apostle John is seeing. All right, he's looking down and he's seeing a vision, all right, of being in and that glass mingled with fire is the atmosphere. Okay, because of course these missiles are going to hit the ground, and they're going to go to certain parts of the atmosphere, okay, aka a mushroom cloud. But you got some of these nukes that's going to detonate in the air, because nuclear defense systems, they might just malfunction. The Lord just might have it to where, all right, you got to cleanse this part of the atmosphere, cleanse this. It's going to be up there, man. So the elect have to be in a far away place, to where they're not going to receive the harm that the rest of the world, the 2/3 and the rest of the heathen nations are going to receive. Okay, so that sea of glass mingled with fire in Revelation 15 is talking about the actual the missiles. All right, it's talking about the missiles, but it touching and cleansing the atmosphere. All right. Verse 2 once again, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, and stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. So, hey, Lord willing, hey, us brothers be a part of the elect, the ones that's putting in the work and giving due diligence to make our calling the election sure. Proving ourselves to Yahweh Shem Yahushua by faith, by works. All right. And we know and we believe in these things, and the angels delight in these things that we believe in because they actually exist. And a lot of people don't actually believe in chariots or believe in heavenly vehicles. All right. But like I said, for the most part, if you don't believe in it, then you're not part of it. All right. The Lord is scripted in certain people on this earth to believe on his words that he has written down. These records, man. So moving on. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15, because hey, not only is the Lord coming back and he's going to save his elect from the thermonuclear fire and destruction that's going to happen. All right, he's going to use that as destruction for the world. Okay. Isaiah 66 And verse 15, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. So when the Lord comes back, all right, those thermonuclear missiles are gonna be coupled. Okay, actually, basically, no, yeah, the chariots are gonna be coupled by the thermonuclear missiles, because the thermonuclear missiles are of a lesser sort. So yeah, and it's going to be amazing, man. And brothers are seeing visions, and to actually talk about these things, you have to believe in them, because if you don't believe in them, you're not going to be able to be vehement about them. You're not going to be able to speak passionately about them, and you're not going to believe in. I mean, people are not going to believe you unless you're that eloquent of a speaker, where you can just say something you don't believe in, and people just be like, "Oh, that brother believes in the chairs." No, man, it don't work like that, man. Us brothers, and that's why we always say, a shalom to the brothers that are pushing this truth and sincerity. All right, pushing the truth and sincerity. Okay, because we actually believe these things, man. Hey, and through the fear of the Lord do we persuade men. All right. So yeah, moving on. While I'm in the book of Isaiah, let me get Isaiah 32, and I'm gonna start at 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a convert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So, hey, that tempest, that wind, okay, is talking about that thermonuclear missile destruction. All right, the destroying wind. All right, that's talking about thermonuclear missile fire, man. That's not talking about you know a strong gust of wind just come in a hurricane. Nah, man, it's talking about thermonuclear missile fire, the fallout, the blast from those thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, a good visual would be what Terminator 2, like elder apostles has always been talking about for years. Okay, with Sarah O'Connor holding on to that gate, for dear life, but getting burnt up to smithereens, man. Hey, you don't want to be part of that second death, man. All right. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right. Nobody can bear that pain, but the Lord's gonna have it to where you standing on your feet, or you wherever, and you gotta keep. He's gonna keep your spirit in your body to feel every inch of that pain, man, forever, for whatever period of time the Lord deems fit, because forever doesn't mean eternity in certain cases. All right, the Lord he operates outside of the basis of time, the constraints of time. So he's gonna be able to. He can say forever, or ever and ever, and that's just a time period to him, because he's the ancient of days. Hey, he doesn't. Time doesn't matter to him. Okay, he's not constricted by time. He doesn't have to. We check out. Oh, I only got this much time to do this, do that, man. No, man. All right. No, the Lord doesn't operate like that. Once again, Jeremiah 32:2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So, hey, the Lord is gonna deliver us, man. All right, and you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. So I think I brought this one up. I mentioned it, so I'm gonna bring it up. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter and the 1st verse. Then shall the righteous stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. So, hey, these people that see us on the highways and byways, and especially our family members that know we in this thing, we're putting in years of work. It's like we haven't fell off, still believing what we believe in. We're going harder, going stronger. Hey, they think this all for naught, man. They think that we're just a part of a cult, which the word cult means worship. They think that we're just out here part of a club, you know. But this thing really is truer than real life. It's realer than real life, man. Then shall the righteous stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. For they see it. When they see it, Salakia, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. So These people looking to get out of Babylon the Great, okay, through carnal means, a boat. Okay, we done seen boats. We done came over here in slavery, all right, on slave ships, on boats. So boats ain't new. Boats we've been using boats for centuries, man. You know, thousands of years. Boats, all right. Vehicle. What's new? What airplane? All right, that's fairly new. Okay, but these chariots, nobody has seen the inside of a chariot except certain of the prophets, maybe. Okay, but these chariots are outer world vehicles that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has made, man, to deliver his elect. All right, it's a beautiful thing. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So yeah, and it's gonna be wild. All right, people are gonna see sorry, that's my dog, always barking when howling when ambulance pass. But I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I got a couple more. Um, this is First John 3:1. Now this goes into the marriage, man. All right, that marriage is literally the elect getting into the chairs and being translated, okay, to from their terrestrial bodies to their celestial bodies, having their abode back, that spiritual body, because the elect, they've always they've had homes, you know, in the heavens. All right, with Yahweh Shah. They were some of the first spirits created. So they're gonna go back to their heavenly abode. Just as Yahweh Shah went back to his right hand on his place at the right hand of the Most High. Hey, the elect are going back to their heavenly homes, their abodes. Okay, their spiritual bodies. All right. First John 3:2, 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So this is the marriage. This is the real marriage. Getting beamed up into those spaceships, all right, those chariots, okay, the vehicles of the Most High, are those spiritual vehicles, all right, getting that new body, getting this, because it says corruptible flesh, roughly paraphrasing, the flesh cannot inherit the kingdom. You can't go into the chariot with these bodies that we have, man. Brothers have tattoos, brothers did all type of abominations in these bodies, man. This is mere flesh. Okay, but the Lord is he's gonna change us in the twinkling of an eye to those abodes that we had in the beginnings of the foundations of the earth, man. Okay. So hey, this is not a regular thing, and this is also the marriage of the Lamb. All right. Actually being saved, it says, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. Nobody's saved yet. Salvation has not come yet. You can't be saved, man. Salvation is gonna come to those when they're on the chariot, looking down from that sea of glass, mingled with fire, like I read in Revelation the 15th chapter. When you know that, when you're looking around and you see the elect, and you see Yahweh Shai as he is, and then you see that you are like him. Okay, that's the marriage, and that's salvation. It's not hard. It's not hard at all, man. All right. Psalms 91, because the salvation of us getting up out of here is Psalms 91, man. Okay, Psalms 91 capulates it. All right, Psalm 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. What is the secret place of the Most High? Is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because it's not made to the masters of the world. All right, and the shadow of the Almighty is what? Them chariots. All right, like the scriptures say, the Lord basically is gonna have his wings over us, man. Which I'll probably end with that. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Now, what's that noisome pestilence? That noisome pestilence represents that thermonuclear missile fire. All right. It's gonna be so loud, it's gonna be so crazy. It's gonna bust eardrums, it's gonna be so loud for them people that are that damned or that condemned to be, to take that RFID, take that charagma, okay, and to indulge, not even indulge, because I think that's where that means pleasure, but to be a part to partake in that second death, okay, which is by thermonuclear missile fire. You know, it should be weeping and gnashing the teeth. That's how bad that thermonuclear missile fire is gonna be. So, and you gotta envision it, because it's not gonna be a simple death. All right. If something like that was to happen, people would just die instantly. Probably wouldn't, depending on how close you are to it. You're not gonna feel that pain for long, because your body couldn't take it. But the Lord's gonna keep your spirit in your body. If you're that damned, if the Lord hates you that much to take that charagma, okay, He's gonna keep your spirit in your body to feel that spiritual fire, man. Your spirit is gonna feel it, man. Like, that's a crazy thing, and that puts fear in the men of the Lord, because we really believe that, and we have these words to lean upon, man. All right. 4, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Okay, so hey, through this truth, we do what we got to do. All right, pray, fasting, doing the work, going to camp, doing these videos, doing everything that we got to do under, when nobody is watching. Okay, so hey, that's the thing, man. Just because you turn the camera on and you can be this upstanding Israelite doesn't mean that Salakia, you just put up. But yeah, just because you're doing all doesn't mean that you're gonna be saved, man. Okay. Lost my train of thought, Salakia. Yeah, let me start over. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 2. I will say of the Lord Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress. My power in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid by the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Now, what is that? Okay, that's thermonuclear missile fire, when them arrows be shot off from the ends of the world. Okay, that's exactly what it is, man. When them arrows begin to be shot out from the ends of the world, that's when that's it. That's game over. Okay, that's when these people are gonna panic. Okay, and they're gonna know that that's the end. All right. I was watching the video today, Elder Yashawamba, and one of the elders from sorry. All right. But yeah, you know, the Elder Yashawamba was, speaking of one of the elders, the fellow elders that did a video, okay, and he brought up this, man. He brought up the feathers and the wings and stuff like that, and then the arrow that flieth by day. Verse 6: Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. So that's talking about that thermonuclear missile fire, and we're gonna have to be saved out of here by what? Chariots. We're gonna have to be saved out of here. All right, that it is what it is, man. All right, we can't be saved by no other way, you know. And I'm gonna end it with this. Um, Isaiah 31:5. Perfect way to end it all. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31 and verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. Okay. So just like I said, I use that verbiage of what? The bird, the fowler. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go to the blue letter. Okay. Let's go to the blue letter and see what that is. That's Isaiah 31. All right. And we're going to read out the NLT. Isaiah 31 and verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. All right. This is the same verse in the NLT. The Lord of heaven's armies will hover over Jerusalem and protect it like a bird protecting his nest. He will defend and save the city. He will pass over it and rescue it. Okay, now let's see what that word is. All right, that word Passover, because we are looking for the second Passover. All right, Jeremiah 15 talks about no more we will talk about deliverance from Egypt, but we will talk about the deliverance from Babylon the Great. All right, the new Egypt. Okay. So this is Isaiah 35, 31 and 5, and this is that word Passover, and it's Pesach. All right, the Passover. All right, when we celebrate the Pesach, the actual word in Hebrew is the Pesach. Pesach. All right, and that is the Passover. So the Lord is going to pass over his people via these chariots, the heavenly vehicles of the Lord. So I'm gonna end it with that. Lord willing is edifying. I'm gonna give our honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. Shalom.